Hello, and a very warm welcome from St Peter's Square in Manchester. It is extremely noisy here in Manchester city centre because the excitement's building as Manchester City's players, their manager Pep Guardiola, and of course their delighted fans get ready for the greatest party in the club's history.
Yeah, I don't want to cause any offence here, but it does look as if some people might have been partying for more than 2 days already. There's a great atmosphere in Manchester at the moment. I should point out, though, that it's quite quiet behind us because City have taken the decision to hold fans back until 6:30 because they're worried about the really changeable weather and the threat of lightning strikes possibly, but they're going to open that gate at 6:30. Anyway, that's not going to stop us from having a great time because when it comes to the best football in the Northwest, let's face it, well, we are unstoppable. 10 Champions Leagues to our credit already. There is no stopping City at the moment either. So here we are once again in the midst of a big homecoming parade.
That parade's going to make its way here for the City team to get onto that stage behind us to celebrate that treble of trophies, the Premier League, the FA Cup, and of course the Champions League trophy.
Yeah, I've seen some replicas of those trophies on sale in Manchester tonight. Also tonight, of course, we have the Hall brothers, Mike and Chris. They'll be talking to fans along the route.
But first, this all happened because of what we saw at the Ataturk Stadium over the weekend. City, perhaps many fans would say they weren't at their very best, but it doesn't matter. They are such an awesome team that they could get a 1-0 victory over Inter Milan and bring the biggest prize in European football.
Manchester City crowned Champions League winners for the first time after their coronation in Istanbul.
How are you feeling after that?
How do we feel? Oh, we feel terrible, obviously. It's awful. It's been an awful day here in Istanbul.
Terrible. The treble,
But
folks.
now it feels fantastic.
We've done it. It's the best feeling in the world. After watching him in the second division for all the times that we have done, absolutely superb.
Over the blue moon! Come on, Champions of Europe. Nobody can say it now, is it? I tell you, everybody in there has been fantastic. The crowd's been fantastic. We love each other.
Today all round, it's his 13th birthday today, and we've won the Champions League. It's unbelievable.
Oh, how are you feeling? Happy birthday and treble winners.
Feeling amazing, it's brilliant. We
I've been supporting since 1967. What a day.
My first game ever was 1999 against Gillingham when we got in and we were like, third tier, and now being with my mum and my dad, getting to see us in the friggin' Champions League. It's just unreal.
More than 20,000 City supporters made the trip to Turkey to be part of history.
We're Manchester City, on our way to Istanbul.
For many, the build-up began in the bars before following up at the fan zone.
Whoa, we're the boys in blue.
Even traffic chaos to reach the Ataturk Stadium and queues to get in weren't going to ruin their day.
He's not slept all week.
I've not had a moment's sleep all week. Too excited or too nervous? Excited, I'd say, more than nervous.
Oh, it's just fantastic. Nervous like we all are, City fans. Something's going like the clappers.
Felt nervous last weekend, and I feel nice and chilled today.
Are you going to do it then?
Definitely. Got to.
Well, tell us about these outfits.
My wife made them, arduous, over 2 nights, but hopefully if we get the right result, happy days.
And there you go, and it's got made Granada report, so she'll see it.
Thank you very much appreciate it.
Well, City's confidence is born from the billions of their Abu Dhabi owner Sheikh Mansour. It also included 6,000 watching back home in Manchester at the Mayfield depot.
I can't go! I can't believe it! Honestly, I can't believe it! I can't! What a team! What a year! What a team!
I have supported City since I was born. I'm now 61, been through so many low times, but supported them through it all. We play the most beautiful football, and we are the best team. It's unreal. It's like, it's the biggest dream come true.
City! City! City!
Well, in the city of history, it is City who have made history. Just like Liverpool in 2005, they've been crowned kings of Europe in Istanbul. And just like Manchester United in 1999, they have won a remarkable treble. It is Turkish delight for City fans.
An honor for me to be alongside Sir Alex Ferguson in that situation. I have to say I got a message from him this morning in my phone that touched me a lot. You have to win the Europe to be considered one of the really good team, and we did it. Be careful Real Madrid because we are in our way. So if you sleep a little bit, we will catch you.
Rodri's on fire! Defense is on fire!
Well, catching up to Real's record of 14 European titles can wait. For now, it's party time for City's players. Their famous fans, as well as their regular ones. It was a low-key arrival at Manchester Airport for the City stars who showed off their prized new possession. The Champions League trophy will be on display again tonight, along with the Premier League and FA Cup.
Champions in Europe! We know what we are!
While City are used to parades, they've never experienced anything like this before, with the fans primed and ready to welcome home their history boys.
What a time to be a Manchester City fan and to relive every exciting moment of that game.
Yeah, just so you know, the parade has now been delayed to 7 o'clock. So, yeah, the weather is playing a bit of an issue, isn't it?
Absolutely. We're keeping an eye on that for you, but at the moment that is definitely the case. The parade will start at 7 o'clock and fans will be allowed in with plenty of time before that. So let's cross live now to Mike Hall at the start of that route.
Yes, Lucy, we're getting used to seeing open-top bus parades around the streets of Manchester, aren't we? But tonight, we are waiting for a bus that doesn't come around very often. It's a double-decker carrying a treble-winning football team. And if you look over my shoulder now, you might just be able to make out that double-decker bus that the Manchester City team will be boarding in a few minutes' time. And as you can see, the crowds are lining the route in their thousands. It'll head all the way down this road, turning right towards the Arndale Centre, right again onto Cross Street before heading around the Town Hall and into St Peter's Square. And on board that bus will be the European Cup, the FA Cup and the Premier League trophy. It'll be followed by another bus carrying friends and family members and VIP guests, including 12-year-old Finlay Fisher, who we first met last year when he struck up a friendship with City's Jack Grealish during the World Cup. He can't wait to be part of this, and he told me how he found out he would be on that bus.
My mum found it out on Friday, but she didn't tell me till this morning. And when I found out, I was just jumping around my living room in excitement.
And then you had to go to school. I bet it's been a long day at school waiting for this.
I didn't even think about school. I just told all my friends, oh, you're going to see that handsome boy on the TV again.
A very, very proud moment for Finlay, and what a proud moment it's going to be for those Manchester City players. Think back to some of the greats over the years, like Colin Bell and Mike Summerby, and more recently Sergio Aguero and Vincent Kompany. None of them achieved this. It is going to be quite a moment when that bus comes down here in a few minutes' time. We're going to throw a little bit further along the route now to Chris, who's got some fans with him. All yours, Chris.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. The Manchester skies may be turning an ominous grey, but here at street level, it is all a sea of blue, and fans are trying to get their vantage points from wherever they can get them. Be careful up there, guys. It looks a bit precarious. All day, tens of thousands of Manchester City fans have been pouring down Deansgate to get a glimpse of their heroes and that all-important treble of trophies. Let's speak to some of them now. Jean, how long have you been a City fan for?
Since 1956.
So you have seen the dark days. This must be a special moment to come from that.
Special, very special. I remember the 1956 Cup final, the 99 playoffs. This is just wonderful.
It's a long way from the League One playoff final. Enjoy the celebrations. Let's bring more in here. Give us a cheer, guys! Go on, City! Let's bring you in. These are the heroes you're hoping to get sight of. Who's been the big hero for Manchester City?
Definitely Haaland.
Haaland. And what about Pep? Are we worried that he might go now that he's achieved the treble?
I hope not. I think he's going to stay. He's a proper Mancunian.
He's a proper Mancunian. Give him a big cheer when he comes past. Let's bring you in, sir. What's the vibe in the city like today?
Amazing. Such a happy, lovely place to be. So happy.
Fantastic. And who has been City's hero this year? Who are you most looking forward to seeing on the...
Definitely Guardiola, Pep Guardiola. He's a legend.
Okay. What do we think, guys? Are we big Manchester City fans down here? Do we expect to see all of your heroes? Who are you most looking forward to seeing?
De Bruyne.
De Bruyne. What about you?
Stones.
And what about you?
Alvarez.
Fantastic. Hopefully you see them. Let's bring you in. Just very briefly, what's the atmosphere like? What's it like to be a Manchester City fan today?
It's unreal. We've waited pretty much for all my life anyway for a day like this. So to all to be together, most of us didn't go to Istanbul, so it's going to be amazing when the bus comes past.
Well, the atmosphere is really building down here. What do we say, guys? 3, 2, 1.
City favourite Dennis Stewart. Great to see you again with a big smile on your face, Dennis Stewart.
You can't have a smile as a City fan in those days, and these days you'll never smile.
Well, we hear loads about legends and stars in football, but how do this team rate?
Oh, we've not got individual legends, we've got a whole squad of legends, and that's what delights me, because we couldn't win 3 trophies with the performance you put up to the course if you didn't have a squad of legends. You know, we have the top end of the legends, but you have the support team both on and off the pitch, and that's what I'd like to see in the squad.
Dennis, as somebody who's at the very top of their game, just give us a sense of how big an achievement this is for this City side to win 3 major trophies in one season.
Oh, to ask question, your football career lasts between probably 8 and 10 years. And what you want to have in your treasure box at the end of the season, the end of your career, I won this, I won that. If you want to be a successful footballer.
As a fan, Dennis, I have to ask you this. How annoying is it to you that people are talking about the investigation into City's finances while all this is going on?
Well, I mean, we just want to hope that our executives have sorted out, they understand what the reasons are. I'm sure they'll have a real good preparation to go and discuss whatever they're going to discuss. They've denied all the charges, and we as players or ex-players just let them. That's what they're good at. We're good at playing on the field. They've got to do their job off the field.
And what about the manager? I mean, many people will be saying, well, hang on a minute, he's got nothing to improve now. He's won the treble. How difficult is it going to be for the owner to keep him at City?
You know why? He's hungry and he's passionate, and you can see that. He didn't sit on his laurels at all. You see him on the touchline. I love watching him on the touchline. He's always demanding, and he's been demanding for 12 years, you know, and I don't think that'll change.
So more than noisy neighbours these days?
No, I'm happy, you know, that we've done our bit. As long as we keep our house in order, as long as we keep putting trophies on the cabinet, I'm delighted. You know, if we're setting the standards for the rest of the Premier League to follow, so be it.
Dennis, great to see you. Congratulations. Enjoy the parade. Enjoy tonight. Thank you.
Talk to you again in a minute.
Well, more from the very noisy parade in a few moments' time as more and more people begin to arrive and the excitement continues to build.
Yeah, for now, though, we're going back to the studio for the rest of the day's news and sport from Antti.
Yeah, thanks very much, guys. First from me, the jury has been sworn in for the trial of a man accused of the murder of Ellie Edwards in Wirral. Ellie, a 26-year-old beautician, was shot outside the Lighthouse pub in Wallasey last Christmas Eve. Connor Chapman today pleaded guilty to handling stolen goods. He denies murder and 7 other charges. The case at Liverpool Crown Court is expected to last for about 3 weeks. The Blackpool actress Nikki Sanderson has told the High Court she is not an object. It's part of her claim against Mirror Group newspapers over alleged unlawful information gathering. The 39-year-old, who played Candice in Coronation Street and is currently in Hollyoaks, is suing for damages. The Mirror Group denies unlawful activity apart from 4 occasions in 2004 and 2005, for which it has apologised. Some sports news now. Within the last few hours, it's been announced that Everton's chief executive has stepped down from her role. The club says Denise Barrett-Baxendale, Graham Sharp and finance boss Grant Ingles have all left the board. The Blues avoided relegation by the skin of their teeth. Today's development comes just months after reports the CEO was put in a headlock by a fan. The trio say they are disappointed to be leaving. And staying with the football theme, last night Old Trafford played host to Soccer Aid. It raised a massive £14.5 million for UNICEF. The annual match between England and the rest of the world saw some huge names take to the pitch to raise money for the children's charity. And it was the 5th victory in a row for the World 11 side, who beat England 4-2. Our correspondent Victoria Grimes was there.
It is the World 11 who are Soccer Aid champions once again for the 5th time. They have totally dominated England since 2018.
Well, this is it. Soccer Aid 2023 has been won by the World 11. It is the 5th year in a row that they have won the competition. Robbie Williams himself is there to present them with the trophy. Tommy Lee, oh my goodness, look at the size of that bad boy.
I know, it's all about me, or Tommy. He's killing me tonight, honestly. All week he's been like this. Fair to say, me and Tommy aren't exactly the top 2 players in the team. Yeah, but we gave it everything, didn't we? We give it everything.
And first time, Tommy, debut, Soccer Aid, will you be back next year?
100%, I'll be back every time they want me to be back, because this is an amazing cause, and UNICEF are the real winners tonight.
The first goal of Soccer Aid 2023 goes to Usain Bolt.
It's just a homage to Rashford. That's what he does, and I'm at Old Trafford, so this is it.
Tell us about why Soccer Aid is so special to you, because you've been doing it for so long now.
Yeah, so we know it's so important for us to come out here and really put on a show and really encourage people to give, because they do such a good job around the world.
For the 5th year in a row, England are beaten, and it's the World 11 who are celebrating.
Did it sort of make things a bit tastier having Vicky McClure, your partner in crime,
100%,
managing for England?
Well, we've always had a bit of banter, but when they went 2-1 up, I turned round and she was giving it big ones to me. She was giving me a lot of stick, and I was like, all right, it's game on now.
It's Butterfield! England on the score sheet.
It was looking so good in the first half, 2 goals. What happened for England?
Yeah, we got back 2-1, got in front. We lose Scholesy with an injury. Michael Dawson, really, once we lost them two, it became really difficult.
It's been an absolute honour to be part of it, but yeah, I'm gutted that we got beat.
But so good to see so many girls on the pitch.
Oh, so many girls, yeah, and obviously so many girls in the crowd and women's football. We need more girls as well.
I think our England team were supporting Man City too much last night, and it might have showed a little bit today on the pitch.
It's Keane. Oh, it's a beauty.
Robbie Keane's world class, isn't he? And he bent. First one he bent, and I looked. I went, no one on earth saving that.
Tom Hiddleston, first time at Soccer Aid. How was it?
Absolutely extraordinary. I'm just trying to take in the atmosphere. You know, I learn lines for a living. And try not to bump into the furniture. Tonight I bumped into Usain Bolt a few times.
How was that?
It was fun. It was fun, I'll never forget it.
Well, I tell you what I noticed tonight about you, it was how tremendously happy you were when any of your teammates scored a goal. You were literally in there with a massive hug for them. In fact, I think we should christen you like the Hiddleston hugger or something. You were...
I'll take it.
I'll take it. Well, can I get a hug? Because I think that deserves one.
I'm sorry.
There was method in my madness. I don't mind, Tom. You can be sweaty as you like, not a problem. Thank you. Made my night.
What a weekend for sport here in the Northwest. I'm sure everyone who attended that at Old Trafford had a wonderful time. And of course, lots of money raised for UNICEF as well, which is great. A little bit of showbiz news from me now, and it's congratulations to Liverpool's Jodie Comer, who says she is overwhelmed at winning her first Tony Award. That's for her stage play in New York. The Killing Eve star collected the prize for the Best Leading Actress in a Play. That was for her performance in Prima Facie, a one-woman show staged on Broadway. Just trips off the tongue. What else? The government's being urged to reinstate an important part of its original plans for the HS2 high-speed rail project linking London And the North West, the leader of Manchester City Council, Bev Craig, has been addressing MPs calling for an underground station to be built at Manchester's Piccadilly station. She says the government's current plan to save money by putting the trains on concrete stilts is wholly unsuitable.
It isn't an exaggeration to say that the decisions we take to get the right option for both Northern Powerhouse Rail and HS2 will leave a legacy for generations to come. Not just an economic one, but a physical one. The train travels underground from the airport. It rises out of the ground in East Manchester onto high concrete stilts that travels a mile through a dense, fast-growing and tightly constrained city centre.
You're watching Granada Report, and here's what's still to come on the ITV News at 6:30 with Mary.
Coming up, Tory turmoil as Rishi Sunak and Boris Johnson lock horns in a row over the honours list. Johnson has accused the Prime Minister of talking rubbish after Sunak said his former ally asked me to do something I wasn't prepared to do. Political divisions in Scotland too. Pressure on the First Minister to suspend Nicola Sturgeon following her arrest. Reforms to school inspections in England in response to one family's campaign. Do join me for that and more at 6:30.
Thanks very much, Mary, for that. Now, as you saw, the weather in Manchester hasn't been the best tonight, and Gamal and Lucy and everyone in St Peter's Square in Manchester have now been forced to take cover because of that weather that is closing in right now. You can see it's grey over my shoulder now. Can we have a look at what it looks like from the sky? I mean, you can see the crowds there. I mean, there must be thousands of people there lining the streets this evening. That's the way it looks from our helicopter. Shall we speak to Mike Hall, who is down there on the street? Mike, what's it like at the moment down there?
Oh, Andy, it's delightful. Can you believe I actually brought these with me today, thinking that perhaps I might need them? But typically, the heavens have opened here in Manchester, and it has meant that there is a delay to Manchester City's parade. The buses, which you might be able to see just over my shoulder there, are ready, but the players are not going to get on there just yet. We're all going to get wet. The players are staying dry at the moment backstage. We're told they're going to board those buses at about 7 o'clock when we think this thunderstorm will have passed. In fact, I can already see a bit of blue cloud in the distance, so I might get to use these sunglasses yet. But the fans here, as you can see, absolutely loving every second of this. They are singing in the rain. Nothing is going to spoil this day. They have waited a lifetime for it. All of them, young and old, have waited a lifetime to see Manchester City parade the Champions League and the treble, and they are about to do it. This is City's night. Good night.
Mum, wet wipes, toilet or bin?
Bin. Why?
United Utilities sponsors ITV Granada Weather.
Hello again, a very good evening to you. The next few days will be a good deal drier without the threat of any thundery downpours, but in the meantime this evening a few more to come. Lots of dry weather going ahead with high pressure in charge, warm sunshine but not feeling quite as hot as we go through the rest of this week. As you can see across the UK, feeding in some very hot air at the moment, but a slight change in wind direction to an easterly again means that as the next few days roll on it won't feel quite as uncomfortable both by day and night, but on the whole things stay dry until the weekend. Back to this evening, quite a few heavy downpours working their way across the region. They'll die away, but one or two could emerge as we go through the early hours of tomorrow morning. Essentially, though, a quieter end to the night, very light winds, uncomfortable for sleeping again tonight, with the likes of Manchester and Liverpool not falling below 19 Celsius. That's 66 Fahrenheit. So a very warm start to the day tomorrow, and the sun will be up at 4:40, setting at 9:42. With those temperatures already very warm to start the day, they will build quite quickly with lots of sunshine around. A few showers for Irish Sea coast perhaps initially, but lots of dry weather. And as we go into the afternoon, staying fine, blue skies, high UV levels, of course, a gentle breeze, and temperature-wise quite readily getting to 27 or 28 Celsius tomorrow afternoon. After tomorrow, it's not going to feel quite as stifling both by day and night. Certainly as we get towards midweek, fresher winds just moving in from the east of the country mean that things will feel a little bit more pleasant. Still very warm and largely staying dry in the run-up to the weekend. However, by the time we get to Friday night and into Saturday, just cater for a few thundery downpours.
Cleaned up well.
United Utilities sponsors ITV Granada weather.
Hello, summer. Piri sponsors ITV pollen count.
Grass and weed pollen levels are incredibly high at the moment, and some exasperating news for us hay fever sufferers. The rest of the week it stays very high across the northwest. Enjoy your evening. Bye-bye.